Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What's going on? How you been? What I need to do today is I need to speak with you just for a couple of minutes, 5, 6 minutes, about something that is really destroying our community. And, it's dealing with the issue of getting married for those of you who want to get married, thinking about getting married, or have children or someone that you love that's thinking about getting married. This is the discussion that you need to have. This is the discussion we need to have. So if you don't have 5 or 6 minutes, then, no problem. You can try and figure it out on your own. But if so, I have something huge I want to drop in your lap. And this is the fact that, I was on a call with a couple or people that are trying to get married. It was me, the brother that's trying to get married, the sister that he's trying to marry, and her wakil. And, you all know that I've always, actually, as long as I can remember, been someone that says that, we should be doing some type of marriage counseling or coaching or marriage classes before you get married. And, the way that our divorce rate has been in our communities is something that we need to make necessary for these people that are looking to get married. So alhamdulillah, the brother came, he wanted me to sit down with these two and, talk and have some discussions. Now, I asked a lot of questions, and most of you can get the questions from the articles that I wrote on the website. And inshallah, if I remember, I'll put them in the comment section. If not, as a matter of fact, what I want you to do is, if you want those articles, there's like 20 things that every couple needs to discuss before they get married. If you want the link, all you have to do is write in the article, I need the link. And I'll make sure that both of those articles are sent to you directly. But anyway, back to the story, so as not to take up a lot of time. One of the things I asked both of them, why do you want to get married? And, we all have reasons why we want to get married. So all that, I don't know. And listen, that's junk. If you ask me, I'm just ready. No, you have a reason why you want to get married. Both men and women. Let's be honest now and just talk about why you want to get married. And it wasn't just this sister and brother, because this is the response I get from a lot of you. I want to get married and raise a family and have babies. So this is where I have to come in and play what some of you will call devil's advocate. Because it's important. The people's responses to these things, it shows them a lot about themselves, as well as shows the other person what they're getting into. So it's important. It came down to me saying, okay, well, why do you want to get married? And I told you the response I got. And I said, okay, well, listen, why do you want to have babies? What's the purpose? What's the point? Now, obviously, I don't feel like that. You all know I have a bunch of children myself. But I was trying to pull something out. And I got the response I was looking for. Babies are blessings. And I'll tell you, I'm going to leave the couple alone now, and I'm going to talk to you as an individual. We all understand. The reason why I'm leaving them alone is because what happened after that isn't really necessary for us to discuss. I just wanted to, build a picture of what was going on. But we all know that babies are blessings. They're gifts, they're wonderful, they're this, they're that, sugar, spice, and everything nice, and all the rest of that stuff we all say, right? But no doubt, a baby is a blessing. It's an opportunity. The thing about it is, though, that we don't think about. Yes, the baby is a blessing for us and on us as individuals. But when's the last time we stop being selfish and think about the fact that are we going to be a blessing to that baby? And I'm not trying to sit here, don't tell me and beat me in the head with Allah knows best and this, that, and other. You're absolutely right. I can't argue with that. but you know whether or not you're going to be good as a parent. You know whether or not, or you should know before you try and get married to that sister or that brother, are they going to be a good parent to that child? Do they have what it takes? Do they have the stamina to deal with fitna? Or are they just going to give up and run out in the middle of it because they're not happy with what's going on? Are they the type of individual that's used to just snapping every time something goes wrong and just walking out? Type. You need to understand whether or not you're going to be bringing that baby into, or those babies into, a healthy environment. Like I said, you need to know, are you going to be a blessing to that baby just as that baby is going to be a blessing to you, bi'idhnillah. Those days of being selfish, I want a baby, I want a whole bunch of babies, I want a whole bunch of babies. You don't know anything about taking care of babies. You've never really gotten along with children. He or she's never really gotten along with children. Don't really like children like that. Their goal in getting married may not be to have babies or a whole bunch of babies. So if this is the reason why you're getting married, these are questions that you need to be asking yourself. And not only do you need to be asking yourself, you need to be asking the person that you're trying to marry. Issues like, well, what are we going to do about the baby and their schooling? This is important. This is part of you being a blessing to that baby. Are we going to be able to work together to educate the child? Or are we just going to have them? Just lay down and have a bunch of babies like rabbits? Are we going to be able to put that baby in a good environment? Are we going to be able to build something with and for that child? Again, it's about time. I mean, I know our societies, they teach us to be selfish individuals. Do what we want and what we feel is good for us. And, if it feels good, I like it, I'm on it. But at some point in time, we have to be adults, especially when we're talking about doing adult things like getting married. Many of you sisters always say, oh, well, why marry the girls and they're this young, and 18 is still a baby, 21 is still a baby. So you understand that marriage takes a certain amount of maturity and being an adult. So when you get married, if you believe that you're ready to get married, then you should be able to say, okay, well, listen, I'm ready to make some mature decisions, not selfish decisions like a 10-year-old. And you brothers as well, So I don't get a whole bunch of feedback, You're always somebody you're going to be in the comments, oh, why are you just talking to the sisters? I'm talking to the sisters because generally the sisters are the one that make the comments about marrying somebody that's 18 or 21, things along these sorts. So it's not woman bashing and woman hating before any of you get into the comments with a whole bunch of that stuff. It's just not real relevant. If I talk about men, there's not a lot of men that talk about those types of things. But the point, before we get too far off par, is we have to agree that we're not going to make moves like this when it comes to trying to raise our children and be good parents until we know that we have what it takes. Not just me, but I need to know you have what it takes. I need to know that we're going to be able to work together, that we see the same thing when it comes to discipline. How are we going to discipline a child? When it comes to education, how are we going to educate? What are we going to educate them? What are we going to raise them upon? What are our expectations? What type of people do we think we should be able to have? We should have around our kids. These are all discussions that you need to have before you get married. Not afterwards, after, the baby's already in the oven, or even worse, baby done came out and now we're trying to figure everything out and we realize, listen, we don't agree on anything. So I guess what I want to say is that, yes, there's nothing wrong with people wanting children. There's nothing wrong with people wanting babies. There's nothing wrong with people wanting families. But we have to stop being children about this and say, okay, well, listen, I'm just ready to get married. I'm ready to have babies with whoever comes along. But you need to know that y'all are on the same page and that you can do it. And you definitely need to know that the person that you're trying to marry can do it. And that y'all see things the same, or can at least come to agreement on how we're going to deal with these situations if these situations arise. Going in blind just isn't working. It hasn't been working. And all you have to do is look around and see what's going on in society to see this for yourselves. So make better decisions. Again, if you need that checklist on things that you should be talking about with the individual that you're trying to marry, let me know. Leave the comment in the comment section below. I need the link. And I'll make sure that that link is sent to you. Or those two links. It's actually two separate articles. Taib is a part 1 and part 2. But I'll make sure you get that, bi'idhnillah. Taib. So, this and a lot of other topics, inshallah, I'll leave other videos at another time so as not to take up a lot of your time with, all in one video. Now, there are a lot of things that we need to be discussing. If we're talking about being married, getting married, and or marrying off our children. But like I said, I don't want to take all of your time today, so inshallah we'll discuss these things at a later date in another video. But what I want to know is, I want to know and I need to know, do you all agree with what I'm saying in this video or what I've said? Do you see that there are any other discussions that we need to be having? Because like we said, we are a community. That's why we call this the community circle. So if there are any other topics you think we need to discuss, anything that you agree or disagree strongly about, then let us know. Put it in the comment section and I'll respond directly, bi'idhnillah. So once again, it doesn't cost you anything at all to like and or share this video. It just helps with the algorithm. It helps with the videos. It helps, push our efforts in what it is we're trying to do and reach as many people as possible. So take a second right now. Like, share. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we'll see you in the next video. Jazakumullahu khair wa barakallahu feekum. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.